Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Lee's cover-up for Poppy gets darker. Bold and the Beautiful had Lee Finnegan cover up Poppy Nozawa's less-than-astral history by assigning a rich DNA patron to a maternity test on the CBS cleaner. So, as Luna Nozawa and Bill Spencer bond as father and son, commodity minatory pustules that probably leads to another test down the line. But that means Lee will have a lot of explaining to do if Bill's DNA isn't a match the alternate time around. Bold and the Beautiful Lee Finnegan gives Poppy Nozawa a better life? Lee Finnegan spews nothing but abomination toward her family Poppy Nozawa, and the reason for that's unclear. It also looks like she falsified the maternity test if Tom Starr's claim of being Luna's father is true. Bold and the Beautiful Lee Finnegan Poppy Nozawa. Lee Finnegan calls Poppy numerous vile names because of her risque jest. In the history. So, why would she tamper with the maternity test to give her family the outgrowth she hoped for? Perhaps she didn't. Bill Spencer may be the father after all, in another bold and the beautiful twist on the way. Still, also likely Lee didn't do this out of the virtuousness of her heart, if not. It was to give her family and bastard a life of luxury. However, she probably did this for herself, if Lee tweaked the test to show Bill as the father. Perhaps she needs to keep the real father under wraps to cover someone she loves. B&B spoilers all about Lee, not Poppy. Lee probably believed she demanded to keep the identity of Luna Nozawa's father a secret. And numerous Bold and the Beautiful suckers suppose the only reason she'd do that's because it affects her in some way. So, the most doable of the propositions out there's that Lee believes her son, Finn, John Finnegan sired Luna. Poppy was wild and formerly lived with Lee, her hubby, and Finn when he was in council. Finn and Poppy formerly disregarded about how just the two of them would have late-night cotillion parties. So, perhaps Lee caught them doing further than dancing, or thinks she saw them do further than fancy cotillion way. That said, a Bold and the Beautiful addict proposition suggests if Lee Finnegan changed the DNA test. But it's because she believes Finn is Luna's father. That's one avenue to offer a messy trip if B&B decides to take that lift. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers Bill Spencer, Tom Starr mess. The key to this is Poppy Nozawa's miscellaneous history. She slept with a lot of men. So, it's a crapshoot on whose DNA took hold to produce Luna. Bold and the Beautiful has Sheila Carter making musketeers with Tom Starr for a reason, likely for the coming plot. So, as Sheila and Tom grow closer, he may entrust in her that he's the father to Poppy's son. Bill Spencer did a dirty deed to Sheila. He pretended to love her while trying to prize a murder concession out of her and put her in captivity. This would give Sheila some energy to start a fire under Bone Bill. Or at least play with him for vengeance purposes. But Bold and the Beautiful spoilers allude at another murder in this elite circle. So, perhaps Tom meets his demise after pushing Poppy Nozawa just a bit too far with his father's rights. B&B spoilers, who done it on the way? Lee Finnegan couldn't let it be known that she tampered with the test, pulling a horrendous ploy on Bill. Lee would no way want that to get out and discredit her standing as a croaker. But are either Poppy Nozawa or Lee Finnegan able of murder? That seems doubtful to Bold and the Beautiful suckers. But still, it isn't out of the question. Lee at one point was going to let Sheila die when she enciphered in the ER. Also there's Bill, who might love having a son too important to give her up. Plus, he's about to borrow her on the cleaner. We know he's not hysterical to exclude a problem. We've seen him order his rival pushed out of a copter in the history. So, if Tom is the intended murder victim on the cleaner, there are many ways they could go with this. Is Paris way too full of herself? Bold and the Beautiful brought Paris Buckingham back to city, but while she's a familiar face, she's got Thomas Forrester on her arm and she seems so sure that he's there to stay. The pending bridegroom indeed said she's so confident in their bond that hope doesn't worry her bone. Bit really? Bold and the Beautiful Paris Buckingham oblivious to implicit problems? B&B suckers suggest Paris Buckingham is living under a false sense of security. From the nanosecond she walked into Forrester Creations, she sounded foolhardy in this relationship, especially after knowing he was on bended knee to hope not too long agone. But as Thomas Forrester makes his rounds, the naysayers crop. So far, Hope Logan and Ridge Forrester have enterprises over this quick engagement. Bold and the beautiful Paris Buckingham Hope has further riding on Thomas' engagement than just his happiness. She's a woman scorned. But her concern is genuine about this unforeseen vault into Paris Buckingham's arms. We saw this on Bold and the Beautiful this week. But the Logan son becomes indeed more concerned as the occurrences roll out. Still, Paris Buckingham continues to assure everyone they were meant for each other. She sees the Forrester son fully done with licking his injuries from his former relationship. B&B spoilers: Paris marks her home for Hope Logan. Paris Buckingham did end desolate time. She put a little squib in front of Hope. Paris knows that the Logan son is fairly Douglas Forrester's mama. But she made sure to let it be known that she wears those mama shoes moment. She chortled about going with Douglas to his favorite confection shop. Some suckers suggested she put on a show for Hope, marking Douglas as her new home. Ridge mentioned to Paris that Thomas just come off a bad bifurcation. Paris tells Ridge that Hope is his history and that she is his future. Bold and the Beautiful suckers suggested Paris acted like she was Thomas' rescuer. It did and feel to float with Ridge. But Steffi Forrester seems to cheer her on. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers: Steffi Forrester selfish and mean? The brigades are concentrated on whether Steffi seems more invested in keeping Thomas down from Hope than him ruining his future. The Logan son hit the nail on the head for some Bold and the Beautiful suckers. She suggested that Steffi is so invested in keeping her down from Thomas that she'd rather see him make a huge mistake. But it looks like Paris believes she touched down in LA with a changed Thomas. And she's taking credit for this change. She said she pulled him out of his depression and showed him the way. So, Paris says she has no worries about Thomas, as she believes he loves her. But there's still another woman who believes Thomas also loves her. And that's Hope Logan. But this is Bold and the Beautiful, so it's likely Paris Buckingham will skip into the evening with Thomas Forrester and enjoy a happy life. It looks like this July is going to be a hot and amorous bone for our favorite residers of this fictional city of Los Angeles. In fact, the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say that there's going to be so numerous twists and turns that you'll want to buckle up your seatbelts for the lift. Keep reading below for all of the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers you need to know for the week beginning Monday, July 1st. According to the rearmost edition of Soap Opera Digest, all of the drama will protest off during the Monday, July 1st occasion. That's when Poppy's history is going to catch up with her, and in the most unanticipated way, too. It's going to come at a bad time as Poppy is trying to solidify her place in the Spencer family. Also, an unanticipated death is going to protest effects off for the Tuesday, July 2nd occasion. And no, it's not who you anticipate to be at all. By midweek and for the Wednesday, July 3rd occasion, Katie will get rather emotional with Bill about his new relationship. But Poppy doesn't realize that when she accidentally snoops on them. Also, Paris issues Hope a warning to stay down from Thomas. She's had her turn and eventually blew it. Paris wants everyone to know that Thomas is now her man.